it's like it's purposeful. This is how you slowly cook the frog, man.
I was saying last night on the after show that the go-to for the right is to blame DEI for everything.
Yep.
But I'm going to eat crow. I mean, this might be, eat crow on that because this feels like an actual real DEI.
Yeah, but my whole point is like, is there even
makes sense, sir. You did
is
make a lot of
there
sense.
even a step deeper?
Yeah.
Is this done purposeful by people to basically destroy us from the inside, right? And that's what I think's going on. Yeah. And the difference between us and Russia is that we have the internet and we can keep score.
Like, are you seeing like a Yuri Bezmenov situation playing out with this?
Dude, go down his list, bro.
Yes, yeah, we're there.
Bang, 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 bang. You're like everything,
100%.
everything.
Yep. Yeah,
and it's and you go, maybe McCarthy was right. Maybe, we always get these things where like we have these visions, these people have these brands and we're like, oh, this person's wonderful. Like my opinion, Princess Di, that the way we look at her, dog, she was at some Eyes Wide Shut with a mask on and everyone was getting weird, dude. Because none of her kids are Charles' kids. You ever watch that? Yeah. None of them are Charles' kids. Yeah. They all look like other dudes. Sure. So weird stuff is going on at these Eyes Wide Shut parties.
Are you saying like a Crowley George Bush situation as well, or
what do you mean?
Oh, isn't Crowley supposedly George Bush's
mom's
mom? Sorry.
Yeah.
So that's 100% where we're at in society.
But everything is like that. So McCarthy was painted as a bad guy, when in reality, maybe he was right. Maybe we were letting the barbarians in. But that's why I'm saying it's easy to go, this is DEI, and we blame it on, butch lesbians, right? When in reality, it's like, who are the people putting them in, and why are they putting them in?
It's a much deeper darkness.
So, okay, so then if you think that there are essentially agents looking to destroy society, right, is the long and short of your take. So what do you think their next step is going to be? Because these are honestly, when you consider the size of the United States and how many people here, these are totally manageable situations when you consider 330 million people in the country, a whole continent spanning. So how like what kind of time frame are you thinking would it be like that they would actually do, or like expand on your idea?
It's January, dog. We're in January we're in month 1 of this guy's presidency.
Okay, so hold on. You allude to it being something because of Trump's presidency. Please expand on that then.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, like it could be possible that people like you know what I think Trump is? I think Trump is a crime boss, and he represents another crime family, and he's battling the George Bush death cult, okay, that's been in power since they assassinated JFK. And everybody on both sides of the aisle have been a part of this death cult, whether it's the Clintons, whether it's the Obamas. Like I was on Rogan, and I showed him like the first common relative of the Bushes and the Obamas is a Hinckley, okay? They're all related to each other, okay? So I think he represents a different group trying to seize power of the White House, which is who gives out the contracts.
So do you think it's a JFK is the first bookmark of the beginning of the end of America? Or because I always thought it was like World War II, end of World War II, paperclip. And then
that's a great point. Like, I don't want to get too much into it, but this Hitler loving going on is so ridiculous, right?
That's when it seems like both of our enemies infiltrated our country at a very deep level. I mean, you can go back and say the 30s too.
Now, I would push back against that idea because I think that is the whole infiltration that you're talking about. That was the progressive era.
Yeah.
Like, so the progressives that were created,
when are you talking? What time?
You're talking about FDR.
Not just that was FDR. I'm talking about Woodrow Wilson. Because Woodrow Wilson's the guy Woodrow Wilson's the guy that signed the Federal Reserve Act into law. He also wanted to start the League of Nations.
Yes.
He was instrumental in the Treaty of Versailles, and part of why Germany had such harsh conditions after the First World War, and when you're talking about like the way that the whole world was looking, you had like communism was on the rise in the Soviet Union, and that was like the big experiment that the whole world was watching. And then you had, Durante was singing their praises, saying that, I've been to the future and it works. And even though it was a total nightmare, they were still lying and saying, because what they were trying to do, at least as far as I understand, is trying to consolidate power under the under essentially big government, right? Like
Yeah.
before the progressive era, governments weren't thought to have that kind of power, especially when you're talking about democratically elected. They weren't assumed to be able to remake man. This was new ideas. Like it came after Hegel, which was 100 years before this era, but it takes time for those ideas to kind of filter.
Slowly.
I think we're talking
And
about
they're in no hurry.
3 different landmarks in the deterioration of America. You and the Fed, for sure. Wilson was like Biden 1.0.
sure.
He was like a zombie. His wife took over.
He was most likely blackmailed for alternative lifestyles.
Right. Also ran for his second term, saying his slogan was "He kept us out of war." Got in, went to World War.
One of the
As soon as
biggest
when he got in, he was the biggest proponent of getting us into the war.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.